Hello, Chris Warren-Dickins here, psychotherapist in Ridgewood, Bergen County, New Jersey. I'm here to talk to you about EMDR. It's a type of therapy that I use with a lot of clients, and it stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy. It's a bit of a mouthful, but very basically, it's a really effective way to help people resolve stressful situations that have become stuck in their brain. If you've experienced a trauma, for example, even if it's many, many years ago, even if it was it was in the first few years of your life, it can become stuck and associated with negative beliefs about yourself. So, for example, you might have grown up with parents who often screamed, yelled, and hit you. And so you might have held on to this belief that I am not safe. Now, even if it's 10, 20, 30, 40 years later, you may still have that belief that I am not safe. How do you know you have that belief? Well, in situations that most people consider ordinary, you can still feel stressed. You can feel hypervigilant, very, very, very anxious and on the lookout for things that may go wrong, even when actually, in reality, the likelihood is things aren't going to go wrong. You still feel, I am not safe. You don't have to carry on living like that. You don't have to carry on believing that you are not safe when in situations are that you probably aren't. With a little bit of EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization reprocessing therapy, just to remind you, you can let go of that belief and look for more adaptive ways to live or more helpful ways. What I mean is that if you let go of those negative assumptions about yourself and the world, then you can start to see reality. You can start to judge, actually, in the situation, am I safe or not? And your brain can start to adapt to the reality of the situation rather than holding on to old memories. It may be that your brain holds on to those old memories through just snapshots of an image. And when I say image, it's not just things that you can see from your past. It may be a certain smell or a certain sound that triggers you and makes you feel anxious or hypervigilant. So that's a little bit of background to EMDR. What happens in EMDR? Well, we'll kind of carry out a full assessment to try and find certain assumptions or beliefs that you carry about yourself or the world, and we'll link those up to target memories from your past, and then we'll reprocess those memories. What we mean is we'll use what is basically a stick, or some people use a light bar, and we'll move your eyes back and forth, left and right. This is kind of replicating what happens in REM sleep when your eyes move rapidly back and forth. And through those eye movements, or through tapping, we can also do tapping on the desk, or tapping on your lap, or tapping on your arms, or maybe a combination of both, tapping and the eye movements. Through that, we desensitize you to these memories. So those memories will gradually become just not distressing at all. So they'll go from a distress level of 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 all the way down to 0. You basically are indifferent about those past events and they don't have any impact on you. After we've desensitized the memories, we'll then install a more positive or adaptive way of looking at yourself and your world around you. And so it may be, for example, instead of I am not safe, that I have ways to make myself feel safe, or something like that. We often use your own words because that's what will work best for you. We then finish off the reprocessing exercise by scanning your body to make sure that your body's not holding on to any distress associated with that target memory. Often the body is the last place that we hold old memories and old distress. So even if we're not consciously aware of the distress, maybe we're feeling tension or a tightness in our throat whenever we think about that memory. If so, the reprocessing still isn't complete. That was a whistle-stop tour through EMDR. I hope you've kind of got a sense of maybe what it's all about and what goes on in a session. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm contactable by email or telephone, and all my contact details are on my website at www.exploretransform.com. Hope you have a great day.